watch videos of women complaining about dating. Guys, look, we are not one of those pages that always points the fingers at women and say, "Oh, it's your fault, it's your fault." Let's see what they have to say.
Single because me, I'm not enjoying it. I want genuine question for men. Do you like being single? Because me, I'm not enjoying it. I want someone to love me for who I am. So, do men enjoy it? Genuine question for men. Do you like being single? Because me, I'm not enjoying it. I want someone to love me for who I am. So, do men enjoy it? Genuine.
So, we're gonna be reacting to videos of women, most women in their late 20s, 30s, talking about their dating experience, mostly negative. If you watch my videos, you will know that over here we are very balanced in the way we approach these social dynamics topics. We don't point the finger at women and say, "Oh, it's your fault," because I personally believe men and women all have their issues, and it's not just one gender's fault. Okay, and I would say to this lady's point, I think compared to women, men enjoy being single more. I would say, especially if that guy has a lot of things going on, especially if that guy knows that he can have access to sex, he will most likely enjoy being single. At least in my own experience, right? A lot of women, even the ones that start off saying, "Oh, I love being single, I want to be single, single," at some point, they will start craving that security of having somebody with you. At least from what I've noticed, right? Especially as they start getting older. But I would say, I would wager that men compared to women enjoy the single life much more. That's just my opinion, though. What do you think? Let's check out the next video. Why is it going on mute?
American men. Don't look at the state of my flat. We need to talk about what is happening with American men.
I typically don't like when women start off videos like this, like what's happening with American men, because again, in America, we know this. I mean, online at least, there's been a lot of discourse of women pushing back for men not to approach them. This is well known, right? This is well known. So it makes a lot of sense that, especially in America, where you can go viral on TikTok for just saying hello to a woman, it's no surprise, it's no shocker that a lot of men want to be very careful, unless the woman has given explicit signs that she wants you to talk to her. It is at your own risk for you to do something like that, okay?
Watching the Call Your Daddy podcast with Millie Bobby Brown, and she was talking about how she met her husband, Jake Bon Jovi. And she was basically saying that they were friends for like a really long time. And for the longest amount of time, she had no idea whether this man actually liked her platonically or liked her more than that. Because although they were very good friends, he would never flirt with her. He would never show her any form of romantic interest, to the point where she said to her mum, "Mum, I think you need to sit in on one of our conversations because I need you to assess whether this man is actually flirting with me or not." And so her mum sat in and went to her meals. "I don't think this man is actually flirting with you in any way, shape, or form." And it's only when Millie one day had the courage and was like, "Okay, I just need to let you know that I actually freaking like you. Sorry if this changes our friendship, but I need to tell you that I like you." And he was like, "Oh my God, you're so bold." And that's how they started a relationship, right? Bear in mind, I have noticed this when I go to the States myself. Like when I was in Manhattan earlier this year, I was in the clubs, and what the hell is going on? Okay, so not only do men not approach women in clubs in New York, but they don't even acknowledge you when you come and sit on the same table as them. Why am
Okay, madam. Now you're going into weird territory. Who are you? I understood the first part of your statement. Why should a man acknowledge you? Who the fuck are you? You're a human being. Why should he acknowledge you? Again, this is a slippery slope. This is a slippery slope, and she's starting to get there. This is a this is a slippery slope where a lot of women think that just because I am a woman, every man there should acknowledge me. Because one thing a lot of women say, they want the power. That's one thing that I've noticed. When women come online and say, "Oh, men don't approach me anymore," men, no, most women that say that, they typically want that power. That's that power to for them to know that you fancy them, but they don't necessarily fancy you, but they know you fancy them, and they want to have that power to I don't know what it's a weird thing to say, but they want to feel and know that they've got you. So when and I think this is where she's going to right now, where she say, "Oh, they don't even acknowledge you. Why should they acknowledge you? They don't owe you anything. You don't owe them anything." But I feel you want them to acknowledge you so that you feel powerful, so that you have that leverage over them. And because they're not giving it to you, now you are sad. Now you are saying what's wrong with men. And I will say this before I continue the video. As a 30-year-old man, one thing that I have learned about women with absolute certainty is this: women can get a man, but usually they want attention, they want attraction from the men that they like. And anytime you see women come online like this to make a video, it's typically because they cannot get the men that they want. That is strictly, she's clearly a beautiful woman. Do you think this woman doesn't get attention from men? Come on, guys. She absolutely gets attention. And I'm not coming at her. I don't do that on this channel. I am strictly just using her video, which she put public, to make a broader point. I am not attacking her. I think she's a very beautiful woman. I think she can get attention. But most likely, she's not getting the acknowledgement, as she said, from the men she wants. And this is a common trend you're going to find in all the videos that I'm going to play for you guys today. Let's continue.
Am I joining your table and you are making eye contact with me and you're putting your eye at me and looking away?
Maybe he doesn't want to approach you. Maybe he's not attracted to you. I mean, just because a man looks at you doesn't always mean he wants to approach you or he's attracted to. You're a human being. Clearly, you're on the table. You're there. Maybe he doesn't find you attractive like that. And even if he finds you attractive, maybe that's all. That's enough. I just feel like we have to give ourselves nuance, right? A man can find you attractive, and that's okay. Maybe he's tired. Maybe he doesn't want to talk to any woman. Maybe he doesn't want to date. Because one thing a lot of women need to understand: dating from a perspective of a man is a lot of work. It is. Because let's be honest. It's the man that's going to do most of the thing. You just have to show up. Yes, it's a lot of work, man. And some guys are tired. It's draining. even if it's for a woman you genuinely like, it's still a lot of work. The guy has to approach you. The guy has to strike up a conversation. The guy has to hope you find him attractive. He has to get your number. He has to text you and hope you're not just using him. Hope you're going to show up for the date. He has to plan the date. He has to engage you on the date and do all that. Even during sex, he has to perform. It's a lot. Some guys are like, especially when it's a guy that knows he can get a woman. He doesn't have to stress like that.
In that particular case, it was just the acknowledgement of, yeah, you're right, and then keep it stepping. Like, I'm British. We are unfriendly as fuck. And you can't unfriendly us. You know, if you're going to do that, that's a record-breaking achievement. And the fact that men in New York can do that is unbelievable.
So this comment encapsulates it really well. Why would men pursue an extra bill? And I'm not saying, aside from the other comments that I've read, that the typical modern women, I don't do that modern women stuff. I don't believe in that nonsense. However, this comment encapsulates everything. Why would a man chase an extra bill? I would replace the bill with extra work. Dating has always been a lot of work for the man. And it's stressful. Bro, we got bills to pay. We got life to live. Listen, it's getting, again, like I said, especially for a man that knows he can get a woman. Why would he put himself through that? Because I feel like a lot of women struggle to realize that not every man is desperate for female attention. No. There are men out here that are pretty good. Make sense? This exactly. Look at what this comment says. It's very simple. The men you want to approach you don't have to. Just go on a dating app to get dates. Yeah. Exactly the type of man I would never want to approach me. What? But he's right. Anytime you see women come online and make videos like this, it's typically because they can get a guy. It's not about getting a guy. It's just the guys they want don't want them. It's as simple as that. And a lot of women struggle with dating. A lot of women struggle with getting rejected. So they make a video and then it's a way to push the accountability and the blame to men instead of saying, oh, maybe I mean, I've never seen a woman come on and say, oh, maybe I'm not all that I think I am. No, it's always, what's wrong with the men? It's the men. It's always the men's fault. It's never the women's, maybe they don't meet the standards of the guy they want, But anyway, let's play it out.
I was talking to my American friend about this, and he was saying, yeah, we do actually just have a bit of an American bitch boy problem. Like, there is just like a national bitch boy problem.
Bitch boy? You see, insult. This is what I was talking about again. Anytime women make these videos, you always insult the men. National bitch boy problem? Why? Why would a man put himself through? Why do you have to insult him? This is because she cannot take rejection. And this is something I've seen with women. Women will see a guy they genuinely like and they will not say anything to the guy. They won't say anything to him. Because they are scared of rejection. That's how much women don't like getting rejected. Why do you have to call them bitch boy?
And this is happening in celeb world as well. National bitch boy problem. And this is happening in celeb world. You actually just have a bit of an American bitch boy problem. Like, there is just American like a national bitch boy problem.
My God, that's disrespectful.
And this is happening in celeb world as well, not just with the common folk. So
that is disrespectful. Why did you have to insult the men? You could just make a point and go.
I need to know.
You could just not insult anybody though. You know that, right? That's an option.
Don't want to get into a phase where I really don't want to get into a phase where I'm just like, I hate men, but I really feel it's coming. Like, I really feel it's coming. It's such a shame. I just want to be left alone now. I just want to be left the fuck alone.
Then why make a video? Why make a video? You don't want to be left alone. You want the guys. You want attention. Hence, you're making a video. I mean, shit.
Everyone I'm encountering is either disrespectful, has no blasted manners, can't communicate. And I mean, like, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I've just had enough. I've literally had enough. I just want to be left alone. I'm in a period of solitude. And every time I'd say I'm in a period of solitude, another one of you come along.
Then why you give them access to you? You see, one thing I have learned about dating, and I'm not coming at her. I am speaking from my perspective as a commentator, right? One thing we have to understand about dating is this: we attract people at our level. Yes. Oh yes. And it's not just that. When you attract people, again, let me rephrase. We don't control who we attract, but we control who we accept. I'm going to put it that way. We do not control who we attract, rather we control who we accept into us. And this is something I always share to women. So this lady, right? She's saying, "Oh, the men that come to me are disrespectful." So maybe she doesn't deal with them, which would be great for her. Clearly, she has boundaries. That's good. But if she does say, "Oh, the men that come close to me all have a particular trait," the question, if I was a friend, if I was a male friend, if I was a brother to her who genuinely has her best interest, at the back of my mind, I would ask her this question. I would say, where are you meeting this man? What kind of energy are you giving off? Because it matters. You cannot say it doesn't matter. It absolutely matters. Where you are positioning yourself incredibly matters a lot. It matters. It matters on where, because Where you put yourself in a particular space, you are communicating that, hey, I am open for business, and certain guys are going to approach you. If you're not getting the respectful, responsible, disciplined, nice guy, for lack of better word, clearly it has to do with you, your energy. Look at the women that are getting those kind of men and then see what they do and then try to adjust it to your life. That would be something that that's one advice I would give you. Now, are there some messed up men out there? Absolutely. In fact, as a guy that has a lot of female friends and female acquaintances, I get it. I see the comment section. I see the DMs. There's a lot of crazy men. So it's even more imperative for women to have a strong filter so that you weed out the trashy men and hopefully find your Prince Charming. Yeah? That's the advice I would give. But one thing that I would say is that many men also need a refresher on actually how to talk to women. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of men that do need a refresher on how to talk to women. A lot of men don't know how to talk to women. I can't even lie. I can't lie. But we'll talk about it. That's why I'm here.
What the does that mean?
I must say she has beautiful skin. My goodness. She has got a beautiful... She's my type. For real. Nice dark skin, brown skin girl. I love her.
I'm still single. I don't get it.
I like her skin tone.
I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man?
Okay, the attitude though, I don't know, but I love her. I love her skin tone.
Are my standards too high?
Let's start from
What
the
the
beginning.
does that mean?
From a good
I
looks.
don't get why I'm still single. I don't get it. I'm a catch. What is going on in my life where I don't have a man? Or are my standards too high? Do I box myself in a corner all the time? Like nowadays, men today want to be chased. What happened to masculinity? What happened to chivalry? What happened to men courting women? What happened to that? Back in the day, dating was so much easier and it was fun. Today's dating is hell. You give a guy your number and all of a sudden you don't hear from them until like 3 to 4 days later. What was the point of me giving you my number? If you're not going to text me, I don't get it. The talking doesn't go as far as the actual app. There are no, oh, let me take you out to dinner. Let's go catch a movie. Let's go to a cafe and get to know each other. What's with all the endless text messages? What happened to men actually planning dates? What happened to it? I don't get it. How do you date in today's society? What are some of your red flags and your non-negotiables? I do not chase men. I don't do it. I did it once, would never do it again. No, never again will I chase a guy. My biggest ick is a guy that can't hold a conversation. Now, I gotta talk the whole goddamn day.
But then the question is then, my very beautiful lady here is that more than likely you guys are going after the same guys. And I know women don't like to hear this, but this is typically the truth. Most women are going after the same kind of guys. You're going after the guys that don't need to chase after women. That is why they ain't chasing you, because they don't have to. One of the reasons men don't chase women anymore is because most of the women are going after the same guys that don't need to chase. That's it. Attractive, successful men are not that common. Tall men are not that common. You think you're the only one going after that 6'6" guy? You think you're the only one going after that successful guy who's also 6'5"? With a full head of hair, running his company? You think you're the only one? See, and that's something a lot of women don't seem to understand. There are different categories of men. And most women want the top man. Most women want the top of the top men. And guess what? I said most women. So the competition is very high. Some men don't have to do nothing to get a woman. Some men do have to do nothing to get anything from women.
Date? I hate it. I don't got time to be dating no guy that don't have no money. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't want some shallow, but I've dated broke men my whole life.
So there you go. Again, I'm not saying you have to date a broke guy. Absolutely. Get the money. No struggle love. I don't preach struggle love. But my point is this. What's her name? Melinda Melrose. Madam. My point is this. To your video that you put public. The reason, like you just said, you don't date a broke guy. I'm not saying you should date a broke guy. I don't even like being broke. I don't like poverty stuff. I like money. I understand where you're coming from. But I'm looking at it from the competition standpoint, Melinda, is that if there's one guy who has everything you want, most likely, as you just said, you don't want a broke guy. So most likely you want a guy who's financially stable or wealthy, right? Or the wealthier, the better. My point is, the more financially stable a man gets, the more attractive he becomes physically as well, the more status he gathers. It's competitive. And you are well within your right to want what you want. Absolutely, go for it. But my point is, if you are not getting it, it's a reflection as well as your capabilities. Well, it might not also be a reflection of your capabilities. It could also just be competition is high. It's like getting a job, man. It's like getting a job, Melinda. Imagine a job that pays 300K per year, right? And that job is exclusive, of course. You think it's not gonna be competitive to get that job? Woo! And it doesn't always mean you're not good enough. It's competition. It's a lot of people to choose from. So, and typically, when somebody has so many choices, they can take their time. They want to try everything because they have the leverage. Such men that you're going for have the leverage. Now, what's the solution? Honestly, I don't know, because I don't want to tell you not to go for what you want, you know? But all I am saying to you is maybe, just maybe, do a self-reflection and see, I don't know, I'm just telling you why it's not working. What the solution is, that's a very personal thing. You have to figure that out, you know?
I have. Now I'm in a place where I have money and I want to travel and I want to see the world. I don't want you to buy me nothing because I can buy it myself. That's not what I want. I want you to have the financial stability to pick up and go on a trip. That's all I'm asking.
That's a fair request. That's fair.
I'm not asking for no Louis.
That's fair.
I'm not asking for no goddamn buzz down Chanel.
That's fair.
I don't even goddamn like designer. I don't.
That's
I really
fair.
don't. Oh, you're just very intimidating. What the does that mean? How do I?
You're not intimidating. I don't think women are intimidating. I just don't like. I don't believe when they say women are intimidating. She's not an intimidating woman. She's passionate. Clearly she's frustrated, so she's expressing her frustration, which is okay. She's human. She's definitely not intimidating. I mean, I look at a video here. She looks very beautiful. She looks very beautiful here, very calm. She's not intimidating. I agree with her. That's a bullshit statement as well.
I come off intimidating when I'm the most socializing person ever.
Yeah, she's
Specifically,
not
my ladies, I want to hear how you are dating, especially in today's generation. What are
us women anymore. I don't think men like women anymore.
No, men like women. They might just not like you.
I don't think that men desire us women anymore. Us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue.
It's because they don't like you. That's it. The same thing you think men don't do for women, they're just not doing it for you. But she looks like she's in really good shape, though. I can't lie. My goodness. Trust me, men are putting in effort. Men are putting in effort. And a lot of women and a lot of men, especially men that can get sex already, there's no stress. There's no need for anything else. Like, I'm being honest. I'm just being honest. Like, someone like me right now, I'm not looking for a relationship. I'm not a relationship kind of guy. I do believe in, I don't believe in hooking up with multiple women or random women. No. Have the one woman that you deal with and make it very clear. Make sure everybody knows what it is and keep it at that. Like me, I'm good. I have access to sex when I want. We can go on dates if we want. Other than that, I'm good. I have my life. I'm pretty happy with what I've got going on. Right?
You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun.
I feel like most likely, anytime you see women make this kind of videos, they've just been rejected by the guys they want. It never fails. Most likely, if you see her, like, yeah, the guy she wanted, just maybe the guy she really wants is he just recently messed up, so she's coming to make a video. She's a beautiful woman. She looks like she's in really good shape. She's fit. So clearly she can get a guy. I'm pretty sure she can get a guy. It's the same old trick. The men they want don't want them. That's it.
Fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe I could. It's because I'm from New York, but I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore? Because there are beautiful women out here, beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women who are outside looking for love, and men that just can't keep up with that. Like, they're not communicating with them. They're not willing to hang out and do fun things. What happens to the fun in life? What happened to life being exciting and fun and, going out and discovering the world? What are y'all doing? What are y'all men doing other than that? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Like, what are all y'all men doing? What are y'all doing? If it has nothing to do with a woman, what are y'all doing? Are y'all working?
Bro, you do realize that men have a rich life, huh? I think women sometimes overestimate their role in a man's life. I don't know where women got this idea that men are out here thinking of women 247. I'm sure, do some men like that exist? I'm sure they do. But most men, especially if a man has things that he's doing, he's building his business, he's got a social life, he likes reading, he likes working out, he's part of community groups that do activities he likes. Yeah, women are a part of his life, but it's not usually a big part of his life. You know what I mean? So yeah, and that's why I think men being so eager to date has dropped drastically. Because let's be honest, if I'm being honest with you as a man, when you've worked hard and you've self-improved, to be honest, like, especially when you know you can get a woman already, your tolerance, your patience drops drastically. Because why would I want to put myself through all that?
Because we're working too. Women are also working, and we still can do things. We still can go on vacations. We can still.
Yeah, but men go on vacations too. Yeah, but men go on vacations by themselves, with their friend groups, with the girl they are dealing with their parents. What?
Go out to eat. Why are us women going on vacations with our friends? We're going on vacations with our friends. We're going out to eat with our friends. We're going to do fun things outside with our friends.
Men do the same thing too with their friends. You think men don't do that with
them? We're celebrating birthdays with our friends.
We do that too.
Where are y'all? What are y'all doing?
With our friends.
What are y'all doing? Where are you guys? Where are you? Where do you guys exist? I don't think.
And this is something that I say to men all the time. Women will always be there. Men will win. You will win in the long term. This is something a lot of men don't understand about dating and dating culture and dating dynamics. Men will win if you do what you're supposed to do. Women always gravitate towards where the men are. Yes, I'm telling you, especially when it's a group of guys that are genuinely having fun and taking care of themselves. You can call it, oh, they are male-centered women, I don't give a damn. My point is this. I have noticed without fail, anytime there's a group of men who are having fun, they are playing sports, they are chilling, there will always be a group of women trying to be around that because it's very attractive. Women like to be around men who are having fun without them. That's why she's asking, where are the men? Where are you guys? Because she's noticing that more and more men are just like taking a break from dating and just living their best lives. You see? So that's something a lot of men need to consider. Like, and I made a separate video on this. I said, most men have dating all wrong. You know, most men have dating all jacked up. All jacked up. Where's the...
you want to do is have the last thing you want to do is have a child by a broke bum dusty motherfucker, become a single
Yeah, but you know, that was a choice, right? You chose it.
mom, and then have to go back into the dating world and explaining why you had a kid with a dusty broke motherfucker. You know how embarrassing that is? You know how much stress it is to bring a new person into your life or even try dating when you have a kid?
Yeah, you should have thought about that before you actually decided to have a kid with a broke, dusty motherfucker, like you said. I don't know why women always come online and then call the guy a dusty, broke, insult, MFer after the fact. You dated that guy. You banged him. Like, come on, man. This was a team sport. This was a team sport.
Especially with a piece of shit.
And most likely, this POS that she's saying, he has already shown you the signs that he's a POS. But you decided to keep the kid. What are we doing?
No, I can't go on a date. I can't hang out with you because I'm a full-time mother.
Because you chose? You chose to be a full-time mom? You did?
You know how embarrassing it is to try to get somebody better than your baby daddy, but you literally let a bum impregnate you?
Bam! There you go. In fact, I wanted to give that one of applause. Let's play that again because that's where you go. She said the right thing.
Literally let a bum impregnate your baby daddy, but you literally let a bum impregnate you?
Bam. That's the part a lot of women miss. You cannot come after the fact and insult the guy, the baby daddy, call him a bum, call him a POS, a toxic guy, narcissist, you know, the whole buzzwords women throw out there. And then when the guy is no longer there or is not prioritizing you or the kid, all of a sudden he's a bum. He showed you the signs. He told you what it is. You decided to keep it. And now you want to say, oh, let me get a guy who's better. Why would a man sign up for that shit? It's your fault.
I don't even deserve the better man.
Yeah.
I picked the worst of the worst, bitch. Out of my whole entire life of 28 years.
And it's the
living
women.
on this
And I said it before. Women pick the men. That's it. Women pick the men. So if you are complaining about a rise of bums, it's because women are picking more bums. And this is the thing a lot of women don't like to hear. Accountability. Dating is a two-person game. Men are responsible for building wealth and building power. Women are responsible for controlling access to sex. So if more bum men are having access to sex more, whose fault is that? Mainly. You have to figure out your picking. Just like you say, oh, you don't pick the good girls, why don't you pick the good guys too?
Damn planet. My baby daddy was the worst man I ever been with.
There you go. I mean, listen, A+ for accountability. You know?
Don't have kids with that man, girl. It's embarrassing. And at the end of the day, it's my fault. That's the gag. It's my fault.
I really salute her accountability. I have to say, I really do.
You dumb bitch.
I gotta say that. Salute her accountability. It's your fault. Own it.
Good thing I don't mind being single. It's lit being single. And I don't mean single like going and dibbling dabbing. I mean single saying to myself, laying in the bed that I made, bitch. Don't, if you're thinking about having kids with him, at least make sure he got money. And also, my baby daddy has fucked up my mental so bad. I can't trust a man. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. The PTSD is so goddamn bad, bitch. If I was to trust a man, I'd feel like the dumbest bitch out here. Like, I can't get played again. If I get played again, if I get cheated on, if I get anything happen to me, I'm gonna flip the fuck out. So, you know,
It's
I
a
just
choice.
say,
And listen, I'm just reacting to her statement. She took accountability, and I cannot fault that. In fact, I celebrate her for that. But there's a couple of comments here that I saw from women, and this is why I say a lot of women sometimes struggle with taking accountability because of comments like this. Providers don't care about this. You're beautiful. She never said she was ugly, though. You see how women project their fake aligners with one another? We just watched that woman speak. She never said she was ugly. What was the point of saying you're beautiful? She never called herself ugly. And how do you know provider men don't care about this? Are you a man? Why would most men sign up for this? You're making me sound like one of these red pill guys, man. My goodness.
No, because let's talk about this. I have been complaining.
Men have just turned dating apps into like an easier way to access convenient
No.
Yeah, because it's convenient. I mean, why like the thing is this, as a man who doesn't necessarily need much more, if you can get SEX already, why not get it? Why would you want a man to pretend like he likes you when he just wants SEX and he's straightforward about it? And you know about it. Isn't that good?
No, because let's talk about this. I have been complaining about this religiously to my friends back home that there is something wrong with all of the men that are left in the dating pool. What is this thing where like you match with someone online, you go on a few dates, you start to like this person, and then when you're like, okay, let's do this, they're like, wait a minute, did you actually think that I wanted to date you? Are you insane? I recently had this happen to me back to back 2 to 3 times, but the most bizarre has to be one of the most recent times. I was matched with this Asian guy named David back in July. And honestly, I don't even know why I told you he was Asian. It doesn't actually even matter to the story. But basically, David and I had like an immediate like animal attraction connection that was like out of this world right away. And immediately we were like, this is amazing. Let's see more of each other. I made the mistake of asking what his schedule was like. And this is where things started to fall apart because he stopped taking my phone calls, would only text me. And when I asked what was wrong, he was just like, oh, you're getting too attached. And I was like, what do you mean?
He just didn't like you. Move on with your life. Men deal with this every single day. What? Women struggle a lot with rejection, man. We deal with this every single day. Move on.
He's like, well, you're asking like my schedule and stuff. And I was like, yeah, so we can link up and make plans. And he was like, yeah, but that's like too much. Like, what next? Like next week, you're gonna try to figure out how we're gonna get married. So he and I stopped talking for a few weeks after that. Then at the end of the summer, we linked up again and I went to Spain. During my trip in Spain, David was talking to me every day, sending me sexy photos and videos. We were having a grand old time in the DMs and text. Then all of a sudden one day, ghost. Stopped responding to me, wouldn't acknowledge anything I said to him.
It's part of the game. We call this charge. So guys, we may not watch the whole 6 minutes video because whatever. But listen, ladies, anytime a man is playing warm and cold with you, just move on with your life. That's it. It's the game. The same thing you're complaining about, man. Women do this all the time to men. I think the reason why women make so much videos like this is because they're not used to being rejected by men, especially men they like and men they want. So when they experience rejection from men that they actually like, they don't know how to react to it. They blow it out of proportion. Oh my God, what's wrong with the man? What she's is explaining is the result of is what happens to the average dude. This happens to the average guy, right?
And after I tried reaching out to him 2 days in a row, told me that I was behaving like a stalker and to take a hit, bro, and to leave him alone.
There you go.
So
He's
I
not
did.
attracted to you. Move on.
He proceeded to block me on his phone, unfollow me on Instagram, and so I was like, okay, that's it. Things are done. Tell me why from September to January, David would pop up in my Instagram stories every week. I would see him watching my.
Why didn't you block him? Why didn't you block him and restrict him from seeing your stories? Problem solved. But you didn't block him because you liked him. Because for the guys you don't like, you would have blocked every single thing. That's all you got to know about women in relationships. I'm a 30-year-old guy. I know this thing in my sleep. Anytime you see women not blocking guys that have clearly not expressed interest in them, men that are hot and cold, still giving the guy a little bit of insight, they like the guy. They like the dude. That's it.
Instagram stories. Do you understand how bananas it is to block and delete someone, unfollow them on Instagram, and then to physically type their name in every time you want to sneak and look and watch to see what they're doing? So cut to January, I'm on Hinge. David somehow manages to rematch me. Now, what's bizarre is I saw David still connected in my matches in December. So I don't know what he's done to rematch me in January. So I go and I check my phone and I see that I'm no longer blocked. So I text him and I'm like, did you match me on Hinge?
Why did you text him? Why did you text him? Why did you text him? Why did you not unfollow the man? Why didn't you cut it off? Because you like him. So I've told you this as a guy. When a woman likes you, she will lie to herself on your behalf. That's it. She's a beautiful woman. She's smart. She knows what she's doing. She likes the guy back.
Hinge? And he responds back with, yes, I did. Crickets. Like, that's it. Just, yes, I did. No follow-up. And I was like, I let it sit. I let that text sit for 1 week to see if he would say anything else. No follow-up. So I was like, okay, this is getting the better of my curiosity. I'm going to do it for the plot. I rematch him on Hinge.
No. You're not doing it for the plot. Don't justify it. You didn't do it for the plot. You're not talking to your fellow girlies here, madam. No. You did it because you wanted to get him. Most likely this guy was very attractive. Most likely he was, attractive enough for you. Probably had a good job. Successful. So you were willing to do all that for the plot. It's not for the plot. You liked him. You wanted him. So you did it for the plot. Stop the cap.
I'm like, hey, what's going on, buddy? He's like, hey, well, I see that you're still on here, and I sent you an apology like 3 weeks after we stopped talking, but you never responded because you blocked me. So I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
Long story short, we reconnected. We hung out for this whole weekend, had the most amazing weekend. His best friend was in town. All three of us hung out. When we weren't hanging out, the three of us, the two of us were like back to normal, being very, very lovey-dovey, having a grand old time.
he probably got the coochie and was like, yep, enough done.
The end of this weekend, I kid you not, I tried to pull this man into an embrace while we were walking his dog, and I'm not even joking. I literally got one of these, and I like my soul left my body.
Oh,
I was
shit!
Like, what is going on? He's like, don't get attached to me.
Oh shit! He got the coochie and was like, yep, I've ticked the box.
Do
Literally
not
and figuratively.
get attached to me. I have never been in a situation where
This is him?
one person has tried so hard to get back a hold of me, to get back into my life, to rematch me on a dating website. And then when I forgive them,
Notice how she's putting the blame on him and she takes zero accountability. This is your fault, madam, and I'll tell you why this is your fault. He had already showed you who he was from the beginning. He already showed you that he didn't like you. If you truly did not like him, you would have blocked him. You would have denied all access he had to you. So it's not surprising that he did what he did to you, because you lied on his behalf to yourself.
and let them back in, then I'm told to not get I went home and I was just like, I need to think, you know. The following weekend, I see that he goes out and he's clearly on a date. I don't know who with, but I message him because now I'm livid.
Oh,
and I'm
she
just like,
said,
what is going on?
I'm done with this high school shit, man. But yeah, when a woman likes you, she will lie to herself for you, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you this. One thing you got to understand as a man is that most women that you see complaining about dating, most of them, if not all, the signs were there that the guy didn't like him. But because a lot of women are not used to being rejected, a lot of women are typically the ones doing the rejecting. So when they find a guy that they actually like and the guy is treating them like an option, they don't know how to deal with it. They double down. They come on the internet and say, oh, men. It's not men. When women come online to say men, they're not talking about all men. They're talking about the men they like. That's what you understand. Especially when she's decently. Now, there's some women that come on and say, yeah, man, I'm like, yeah, I see why. Yeah, you're busted. You know? But in general, when she's a very attractive woman. The lady I showed before, she's attractive. She's an attractive woman. You understand? She's an attractive woman. So she's talking about the guy. I'm pretty confident that guy, the Asian guy she was talking about, is super attractive, super successful, has clout. There's something about him that reels her back in. Most likely, high-paying tech job, I'm sure. Is that racist to say? Yeah, jeez, forgive me, man. I'm not trying to be funny. But which one should we watch next? God damn, what your videos are like 5 minutes long?
Seeing on the internet
Fuck
is
me.
men being like, oh, it's so, I don't get why girls are single. It's so, something that I'm tired of seeing on the internet is men being like, oh, it's so, I don't get why girls are single. It's so easy for girls. They could literally have like any dude. It's so easy. Why, girls shouldn't complain about being single because it's so easy. Or they're like, you complain about being single, but like you ghost every guy that comes your way. So that's actually, you're not understanding anything, is when you say that, you don't get it. Cause yeah, most single girls could literally get a boyfriend in one day if they wanted to.
Yeah. But not the guys they
critical
want.
thinking tells you if someone complains about being single, but they have people asking them out, those aren't the kinds of people they want.
Yeah, exactly. Case closed. Next video. That's it. Any woman you see complaining about dating is that the men she wants don't want her. And then the question is, maybe she's not who she thinks she is. Simple as that.
You know how many sleazy little frat dudes would love to get in a relationship with any girl that asks? Those guys will also, post her every day to show off they have a girlfriend, but then also cheat on her. Those guys don't value academics. Those guys aren't fun to have a conversation with, aren't fun to hang out.